Chapter 18. We continue as the MC just told Tenjiku and Momo that he hates his job and everyone. She calls his name and asks him, why does he hate his job as a teacher and all of them too? She remembers Oda asking him, why did he become a teacher in the first place before? He replies and says, why did I become a teacher? He starts thinking about the question and remembers Oda. As he's about to reply, Tenjiku and Momo are standing there in anticipation as to what his reason is. He replies and says that he had no other choice other than to become a teacher. Hearing this shocks them both. Both of them say, choice? In unison. Tenjiku looks concerned as she asks him if it was because of a rule set by his parents, or if he's from a family of teachers, or he was left with no choice after he got his qualification. As Tenjiku is asking these questions, we see Momo trembling. Suddenly she gets angry and screams at him asking, why does she have to be told by some stupid glasses-wearing virgin freak like him that she's being hated even if she never asked? As Momo is out of breath from screaming, Tenjiku is surprised by her. The MC replies and says, why? Why? That's all you ever say. He continues and says that it's always things like, what about Mari? And be more considerate when dealing with Mari. Always asking him about Mari. As he looks fed up, he tells them to give him a break already. He's not doing this job because he likes it, and asks them, why are they making him do things that aren't even part of his job? Hearing him say this leaves them both shocked. As he's looking at them, Tenjiku replies and says that she loves to teach. That's why she became a teacher. Back in high school, her teacher always went out of his way to treat his students well, including her. She really looked up to him a lot. She does agree that separating his private life from work life is important, but as she's about to say something, he tells her that he's not interested in her past. Hearing him say that makes Tenjiku completely freeze up and Momo shocked yet again. He tells them that they're all talk and no action, and asks them just, who do they think they are? Hearing him say this makes Momo realize something. She remembers Mari telling her that she's lost everything that she can place her trust in. Now, we see Mari in her bed. Tenjiku enters her room as she's nervous. She looks at Mari and asks her if she's okay to talk about what happened after she fell off that cliff. Mari replies and says that it's not like talking about it is going to help. Mari continues and says that she thinks that she may have an idea of who might have wanted to push her off a cliff. But she didn't get to see who did it, so she has no concrete evidence. As she thinks of Tsubaki, she says that even if she did, it's probably someone she doesn't want to mess around with. Anyway, she bets the school is probably feeling relieved because they don't have to deal with her parents who aren't even concerned about her. Suddenly, Tenjiku screams and says, Jimmy-sensei will. Hearing this makes Mari sit up straight and ask, Jimmy-sensei will what? Tenjiku panics and nervously says that she's sure that Jimmy-sensei will do something about it. It's his job after all. He's someone that always does his job well. Mari immediately goes back to sleep. Tenjiku sees this and thinks, thanks for ruining my day. She remembers the MC telling her that she's not in charge of Class A and thinks that she wants to do something to help out. But whenever she speaks up, it will probably end up in her clashing with Jimmy-sensei again. She wonders if Mari was a student in her class, Class B, what would she have done for her? She did irresponsibly blurt out, Jimmy-sensei will do something about it. But she wonders, what's that something that she can do? She thinks more and stands there silent. Now we see a bunch of study material as someone says, I really don't know. Now we see that it's Momo who said that. We see that Momo's manager is asking her if she seriously doesn't know how to solve this question, and that this is such an easy question. We see him crying as he tells her that being her manager is tough, and she has audition coming up for a new show early next year. They'll be asking her to talk about herself during the show too, and it's going to be broadcasted live. We see that the show they are talking about is How Many Can You Answer? 100 Q Academy. The manager continues and reminds her that the boss also wanted to portray herself as a capable young girl. It's just a quiz game show, so if she crams before the show, he's sure that she'll be able to handle it. Suddenly she replies and says, I don't think so. Momo recalls Mari saying that she's not as cute as Momo, and says that honestly speaking, Momo had always been cute since young. She again remembers Mari saying that her parents don't even love her, and says that Momo's mama and papa both love her very much. Momo recalls Mari saying, who'll even like a person like her, as Momo remembers that she has fans who like her, but Mari has no one. Momo thinks about all this and says that she has fans who have always been by her side despite all the bullying. Hearing Momo say all this makes the manager confused, as he tells her that she's been acting weirdly recently. He thought that she's gotten over her previous episode, but she ended up getting her face hurt. As he's saying this, she silently sits there. She thinks, what can she do, even if it's not her job? She touches the cut she got on her face and thinks that she doesn't have the slightest idea, and what can she do if he's not her teacher? Now, we see the show which Momo is on starting. The show starts as the host says that tonight they'll be doing a 2-hour special for next year's debut, and they'll be broadcasting this live. We see that Mari is seeing the broadcasting live through her phone. The host starts off with the talk of the town, Hananaka Momo, and asks her, how has she been doing in school lately? He mentions that he saw a lot happen, especially online, and laughs at it to make the mood a bit lighthearted. Momo smiles and replies that recently one of Momo's classmates got rejected by someone she liked. The host gets confused and asks her if she's sure it's okay to talk about this here, and reminds her that this is live on air right now. Momo continues and says that the friend ended up getting pretty depressed, but Momo thinks that it's not worth feeling sad over being rejected by a guy like him. He had a horrible personality after all. We see that the teachers are all watching this show too. Amari looks confused as she says, a classmate that got rejected by a guy? Akashi also looks confused as he says, we're a girls' school though? He continues and says that maybe Momo is talking about someone not from their school. As they both say this, the MC stands there in silence. Momo continues on the show and says that the guy Mari liked wouldn't even bat an eyelid if she were to get herself gravely injured. She acts shocked as she continues and says, what Momo means by gravely injured is something like being pushed off a cliff during a recent school event. She says that the school probably doesn't want this to be made known, but Momo thinks that the culprit's got to be someone from within the school. This should already be called attempted murder instead of bullying, so Momo's really afraid of what's happening. Suddenly she acts like a klutz and says, maybe Momo shouldn't have mentioned this? Now we see that Tsubaki, Nagisa, and Erika are also watching this on the big screen. Nagisa looks worried as she says, goodness gracious, is she really that stupid? Tsubaki continues to watch the show without saying anything. Momo continues and says that no matter how hard it is to stomach, how could her parents not even visit her? As Momo says that she can't believe what horrible parents they must be, we see Mari's mother watching this. As we see the teachers watching the show, suddenly they start getting calls. Sakaide goes to pick the call and says that it's a complaint call. Suddenly more calls start coming in, and Hiragi is scared by this. Now we see all the teachers in panic as they receive the calls. Amari explains to a caller that they are still investigating the case. Akashi explains that they still haven't gotten a full understanding of the situation, while Sakaide answers another call, asking them if they have seen this case online and how it's everywhere. Suddenly, someone calls the MC. We see that it's Hiragi screaming at him and telling him that this is a total dumpster fire, and asks him what is he going to do now, as this concerns his students from Class 1A, and tells him that they really are monsters. She continues and tells him to do something about it this instant. He calmly replies and asks her what is she expecting him to do. He asks her if he should involve the police in this matter or bring this up to the board chairman. She sounds hopeless as she tells him to just do something. He replies and tries to ask her if that's a teacher's job, but suddenly hears the host scream and tell Momo to stop on the TV. The host tells her that they can't begin the show on time. Momo tells him that they might as well change the quiz to be about guessing who's the culprit who pushed her classmate off the cliff. The host panics and tells her that they can't afford to go into that. We see Momo's manager crying and telling her to stop talking about this, as the host tells her that she's really going all out today and asks her if she's really doing okay at school. Momo looks at the crying manager and suddenly smirks. She acts like a klutz again and says that she's fine and she's a bit of a blockhead, so she can't really wrap her head around it. But Momo's teacher is a very capable person, and she's sure that he'll be able to do something about it. The MC hears this as he looks like he's about to strangle someone as he got more work. As Mari is watching the stream, she hears Momo say that this is for her friend, Mari. Hearing this makes Mari cry tears of happiness. As Mari is crying, she says, "Don't go about saying my name on national TV, you idiot." Mari takes the top which Momo gave to her and hugs it tightly. She sits there as she hugs the shirt and cries into it. We see Akashi saying that he knows that Momo isn't a bright student, but for her to stoop down this low, the MC adds in and says that no words can describe this amount of stupidity. As Hiragi is shitting bricks in the background, the MC says that it seems like this is a job for him. He'll probably get her some flowers and he'll have to go visit Mari. Now we see Sakaede sitting at his desk and working. Suddenly he gets a call from Kase-san. Seeing this confuses him. He picks up the phone and asks her what's the matter, and that he's swamped with work right now. Suddenly he hears Kase pleading him to help her. Hearing this shocks him. We see that Kase was also watching the show with Momo on it. As she looks scared, she tells Sakede, "At this rate, I wasn't the one." And this is how this chapter ends. Hope you all enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you.